Modded. Right, hi guys, Andy, we're back. Firstly, apologies for this being late with everything that's been going on here. I just lost track. So, okay, usual stuff. Deadline's at 13th of the month. I know this one's late. Also, the 500 subscriber draw for my channel, that we have had a winner by the name of Matt Coleman. He didn't quite understand, I think, the competition. He's asked for a Maelstrom from the new game Starfield. I've been planning to make my own blasters anyway, 3D print them. I just 3D printed a holster for my Strife and it came out really good, and that's inspired me to actually do a complete blaster, and this Maelstrom will be a good sort of learning tool. Now, Matt is not worried about time taken, or even if it turns out just to be a static model, that's fine, and since I'm just going to be drawing on a computer, my injury can handle it. So I will try and do some videos of that and keep you updated on that one. Now, first up is a new guy, Murphy S, and he, as you can see, has a long shot which he calls the Hades. He says, so to preface this build, I never really intended creating this monster. That being said, it quickly turned into one. He says, about a week after buying the blaster, the dart suddenly started just falling out of the barrel. So he figured it was loose, he checked it, turned out he had spiderweb fractures on the back end of the plunger tube. So he thought about just fixing it and just keeping going, but then he must have seen the upgrades by other people. And he says he can get to 250 foot per second easily for about $80. I thought it was a lot cheaper than that, about 20. But anyway, so he jumped in and he's got parts from Frontline Foam, a quick swap barrel muzzle, polished metal plunger tube, replacement O-rings for a better seal, pre-cut Pro 25 spring, a 40 centimetre barrel. He's got a worker scarf from Amazon, worker aluminium adjustable riser from Amazon, a Penny Pro red dot from Amazon, a front foregrip from Game Face Prime. He says he really likes that, it's pretty good. And his build details, he doesn't have a chronograph, but he reckons about 280 FPS. Airsoft piston lube and extra plumber's tape on the plunger seals. And now I wasn't sure why he sent this little video as well, but apparently he used matte clear coat over Rust-Oleum colour shift spray paint. So I think he's trying to show the colour shift in this little video. I personally can't see it, but my eyes are shocking. But he highly recommends it. It probably does work really well in bright sunlight. But altogether, it's a really nice build. He's got all the orange there for safety. Even the metallic green couldn't, be hard pressed to say that's a real weapon. I never realised the X-Shot had an adjustable butt. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just moulded that way. I'll have to look at the photos again. But this is a really cool looking build. Very futuristic. Very nicely done. I really like just the sharp, clean paint job. Very, very well done. Looking forward to the next build. Right, next up, guys, we've got some more Papa bludgeon weirdness. What he's done here, he's basically made himself the shoulder-mounted cannon from Predator. He said, I've got a take on the iconic plasma caster that I've dubbed the Rival Caster. Salvaged a flywheel cage from a Nerf Ultra 2 and placed it in a 3D printed housing that can both hold and release rival rounds. The brains of the Rival Caster is a Arduino Nano with a Wii nunchuck controlling the servo motors for left and right and up and down, as well as a laser targeting beam. My goodness. The flywheel is on a separate circuit for now, but I've got a brains trust working on that. It's always great to get help from the net, isn't it? It's a great way we support each other. It attaches to the shoulder vest via zip ties. I'll probably replace it with some sort of Velcro straps in the near future. I might be able to help with that. I recently printed for my Apocalypse costume the Anakin Skywalker general armor. It's on Thingiverse. It was either Anakin or his, mentor, whatever it is, Obi-Wan's armor. It was just a few pieces, but there's a couple of big, very thick flat plates that they printed really quickly, about 3 hours, and you could probably attach it to that really sturdily. But yeah, other than this is just a weird little thing. I've actually got an ultra motor flywheel floating around somewhere. Another thing on the list to do. But, you know, just great out of the box thinking. A different type of mounting, a different type of blaster. Brilliant stuff, mate. Right, hot on the heels of that one, we have one from CoffinBlackMedia. And he says, this is Kronos inspired by another Kronos I saw in a fan-made film called Flashpoint Batman vs. Killmonger. And Killmonger's got to be the bad guy's name. Mind you, Batman doesn't look too friendly. Now, he says it has a 14k mainspring, hits on an average of 140 FPS, all other springs upgraded with heavier ones, internal sliding parts glued with silicone grease, factory screws replaced with M3 steel hex head screws. I mean, that's just dedication. That's wow. New slightly thicker O-rings glued with silicone oil, 3D printed safety tip and logo cover plates, both designed by me in Tinkercad. Well done. Yes, I do particularly like the yellow tip barrel. Honestly, I've done that in a few of my mods. I can see that happening in the future. They'll be painting guns yellow and red and stuff just to let people know that they're dangerous. You know, PC gone mad again. But this is beautiful. He's done a neat, clean job again. Everything works well together because basically it's pretty much the original thing. The picking out of certain details in red really works. It looks really good. The weathering again, subtle, not overdone, which I should pick up something from, honestly. Yeah, really nice work. Again, you just can't fault it, and it does look like a really heavy, dangerous sort of weapon to get pointed in your direction. He just does beautiful stuff. I'm looking forward to the next stuff, but this, just the close-ups, just seeing the weathering and the detail and the paint chipping. I'm definitely learning a lot of stuff here. This is really nicely done. Right, we've got one here from ThirstyForFoam, and I apologise straight away, ThirstyForFoam. The font I'm using for your name doesn't accept numbers, so it should be Thirsty number 4 foam. But anyway, he says this is a 280 foot per second dual stage band blasters, translucent blue Picatinny rail conversion, battery cover with Picatinny, AFG. Negotiator Fux barrel with cutout air vents, retaliator barrel motor cover, dart zone water bloster scope, and starter stock detail. He has a YouTube channel. There's about 40 videos on it. Just had a look at it. Check out his foam flinging song. Quite a laugh. You can see it's all based on an ECS 10. It looks really nice. Safe to use outdoors, of course. The Al the Geek sticker on it. Don't know what that's about because I can't recognise anything from his list, but who knows. But and he has told me what a dual stage wheel is. So it just means 4 wheels. Fair enough. 2 pairs, great. And of course the stock. Love the stock. One of my favourite stocks, except for that silly lightning bolt in the centre, but I just put a sheet of aluminium over either side, pot rivet it on. So, yep, looks good. I mean, it's coming to the fact that, you know, this ECS 10 body seems just so adaptable to different things. I like the way he's put the stock mount at the front, obviously cut off something. He's cleared away the front part of the barrel of all the original support there and put a reverse stock mount. That's very clever. Almost didn't see that. That's brilliant. Really well done. And obviously it's half dart size, judging by the size of the magazine, and it's got a what do you call it? A fluted magazine well for ease of changing. I'm pretty impressed by this. And go and have a look at his channel. I'll put a link below. He's got lots of stuff there. And I'll check out that song. Right, guys, next up we have AdamR, and he's done a few submissions before, but he said he started building this blaster in 2020 during lockdown, and it got shelved when things started to pick up again, so yeah, you can go out, do this stuff. He says he took heavy inspiration from one of my builds, and yes, I recognised it as soon as I saw the first photo. Thank you, nice to be recognised. And he has a Google Doc with the lore of the blaster. I'll put a link below if I remember. And he's got some pictures. He did attach a firing video, but unfortunately it does not work. I can't get it to I can't even see it. Anyway, so he's just got some, the first few unpainted are just the progress pics as he's building it. Then it's got all the white undercoat on it. I like the way he seems to have incorporated some sort of control box from a stereo or something like that. That's very nice. And also the magazine socket on the left side of the blaster. No, sorry, the right side of the blaster. So he's plugged a great big drum in there just to make it look different. And it does. It's really, really good. The colour scheme, dark blue, okay. I would, you know, if he's going to use it as an external, I would have an orange muzzle or something. But, you know, other than that, so the paint job is a blue sort of mottled wash that works reasonably well. Who knows? We're talking, you know, when you're doing these things, you're making up things that are fictitious. So it could be science-fictitious and it could be another planet. Who knows? Looks really, really good. I like the way he has managed to take off the top handle that these Vulcans have, and it's not really noticeable that there should be something there. I remember when I was doing mine, taking off that top handle was a nightmare. There's plugs and screws and things, but it looks really good. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this. Very, very impressed. And here we have one from another one of our Nerf modding geniuses, AdamR. He says calls it Spring Garden, Nerf Rival Knockout, no internal mods. External mods include barrel, compact mod, and faux drum. Cyberpunk paint job inspired by Yukio. And I love this. I mean, he does such beautiful work all the time. And this is just so pretty. I mean, cherry blossoms drawn on the side of the blaster. He is so good at placing these surface markings and details. He just gets it right every time. The blaster just looks, for want of a better term, right. You know, something from the future that some Yakuza's carrying around under his coat, or maybe even a geisha, who knows. It's just beautifully done. Every time he gets it just right. It's not overdone, it's not underdone, and again, his weathering and wearing is really, really spot on. I've really got to pay more attention to this stuff because he just does such beautiful, beautiful work. Oh, I'm in awe, mate. Your work is stunning. Right, guys, next one's up from Devon M. And when I first read this, I was outraged. He said, I used an X-shot long shot as the base, then I chopped. And I thought, what? How dare you, you monster? But he's actually done a really good job. He says he chopped down the foregrip and used a pump action from an Earth Pathfinder. He epoxies into place. The body details and carrier handle were made from foam floor mats. That's a new twist on things. But, you know, people are making weapons out of, you know, foam as it is, so why not combine materials? The carry handle is removable as it has a set of iron sights inside to allowing it to slide on or off the X-shot existing rail. The top of the carry handle has a rail from a Nerf rifle blaster allowing it to accept a variety of scopes. Goodness, it's modular, all right. The removable scope that is on it is from a Nerf Phoenix. The body details are held together with high temperature hot glue. Okay. It was hand painted with acrylics after a primer coat of Plastidip. I used multiple silver and grey paints to achieve a semi-reflective gunmetal finish. Pretty impressive. The plastic dip is, you know, always a necessity with foam because if you're using spray cans, you're going to melt it otherwise. The metallic effect looks pretty good. There's so many different ways you can do that. I've heard of spraying black paint and then misting metallic greys over the top of it so it's sort of semi-transparent. There's the old one of a black base again and then rubbing graphite into it. Different types of graphite at different hardnesses, you get different shines. And if you take your time, you can get a really reflective surface like the Mandalorian helmet. But this is really nicely done. Chopping up a brand new blaster, especially one that's got the reputation as a long shot, but it is showing some problems with the plunger tube cracking, so I hope you replace that and fix that up. Other than that, very, very nicely done. Nice and safely orange tip for outside play. Yeah, very impressive. Nicely done, mate. Looking forward to your next one. And here we have one from Orwell's Warning. Again, he's a man of few words. He says this is a One in a series of 4 I am painting. It's a rival takedown, 7K spring upgrade, Borderlands video game inspired paint job using Montana spray paint, silver base, black paint pen, leather handle strap, and a bit of a battle worn look. And that's it. But it does look good. Always like that shape of the takedown and also the previous rough cut. Yeah, he just does a nice, neat, weathered, worn paint job. I'm quite interested to see the other 3. That'll be really interesting. Maybe we've already seen one of them. I do recall a blue one at one stage. But yeah, it looks really, really good. He's quite talented, especially with his ward, with paint flaking off. I'd like to see if he could go and do a bit of the rust and dirt and muck, but that probably wouldn't fit with this cell shading type of paint job he's doing. But it's very, very well done. I see he must have used some sort of stencil or sticker to get that hexagonal pattern on the pump grip. That's pretty nice. Yeah, very nicely done. Okay, moving on. Right, last up we've got PS Velvet, and he says he brings us his modded Nerf HyperMax 100. I've cut the battery tray off along the Picatinny rail, making it look cleaner and lighter and not so much like a rival Perseus anymore. Okie dokie. Fair enough, it does look very nice. What else? He's done a lot of stuff internally. I've modded the internals for 2S since the motors have been known to pop at 3S voltages. The wire used is 18 gauge silicon, no need for thick 16 gauge on S2s. 2 21 amp switches, a yellow voltmeter uses a battery indicator that is activated when the hopper door is open, and a hell of a lot of hours for the chopping part. It stood on the bench from February till September because I had no idea how to close the gap until I came up with the idea of a leftover Picatinny rail. It hits hard at the upper 120s, and the ammo leaves a whelp on the skin if fired at close range. I therefore call it the Whelper. And he apologises for no fancy paint job. You don't have to do that. It looks fine as it is, perfectly safe to use. Yeah, it's very impressive. And yeah, I know all about things taking time, and you just have to, wait for that inspiration for you to finally work out how to fix something. But it looks really, really nice. Well done. Well done. Right, that's it for today, guys. No slideshow, I'm sorry. I just don't have the energy to sit around looking at stuff. But please spread the word, and I'll post on my Facebook about getting some more people to put their blasters in, because I want to keep this channel going. See you next time, guys.